My name is Liao Wen Sing. So for the introduction part, what is the school bullying? So school bullying is the repeated aggressive behavior that cause physical, emotional, or psychological harms. It includes physical, verbal, social, and cyberbullying. It involves an imbalance of power, making it difficult for victims to defend themselves. So why is bullying a growing concern? So around 1 in 3 students worldwide have experienced bullying at school. In Malaysia, bullying cases including physical violence and cyberbullying continue to receive public attention. Social media has made bullying easier to spread and more difficult to stop. The impacts on students, including well-being, causes fear, anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, and social isolation. Second is academic performance, which reduce concentration, motivation, attendance, and learning outcomes. Long-term bullying may affect students' mental health and future development. Why must we address bullying? Every student has the right to learn in a safe, respectful, and supportive environment. Preventing bullying promotes respect, empathy, responsibility, and kindness, which are important moral values. School parents, teachers, and students must work together to build a positive school culture. Hence, a safe school is built through respect, empathy, and collective responsibility. Next is the objective. So these reports aim to define school bullying, discuss the concepts of school bullying including its type, cause and effects of bullying, to analyze a recent bullying case in Malaysia, and to suggest prevention strategies and recommendations for creating a safe, respectful, and inclusive school environment free from bullying.
Hello, I'm Kangis. So today I'll be talking about the definition of bully, where bullying is a repeated and intentional act of aggression or harm towards an individual with less power, causing physical, psychological, social, or educational consequences. So it can occur through physical, verbal, social, online, sexual, or also prejudicial forms. So next I'll be talking about the types of bullies. So there are 6 types of bully here. First one is the physical bullying where they use physical actions to hurt others, like for example hitting, kicking, pushing or damaging their belongings. And the second one is the verbal bullying where they use words to hurt or intimidate someone. For example, name calling, teasing, threats or also insulting. And the third one is the relational bullying, where they hurt someone's relationships or reputations, like spreading their rumors, excluding someone, or also embarrassing others. And the fourth one is the cyberbullying, where they do the bullying through digital platforms, and also, for example, harmful messages, online harassment, sharing their private information. And the fifth one is the sexual bullying, where it involves unwanted sexual comments or also actions. For example, sexual jokes, rumors, and also inappropriate messages. And the last one is the prejudicial bullying, where they target someone based on their identity or also differences. For example, races, religion, disability, or their sexual orientation.
Hi everyone, I'm Navindan. Today I'll be presenting causes and effects of school bullying. To understand why bullying happens in school or any other environment, we can look into 4 primary drivers. First is peer pressure and status. Many students feel a strong desire for social acceptance or a fear of exclusion from the group. In a group dynamics, individual accountability is reduced, making the students more likely to go along with the aggressive behavior. Second is the family environment, which is the most important part in a student's life. Exposure to a domestic conflict, harsh discipline, or neglect at home strongly shapes the student's action. Over time, aggression becomes a normalized way to solve problems. Third will be the lack of empathy. Some individuals have an inability to recognize or care about the victim's emotional pain. This psychological detachment allows bullies to minimize their action, ignore the harm they cause to the victims. So the lastly will be the social media. Online lowers behavioral barriers, making it easier for the victims to be targeted remotely without any direct or face-to-face connection. So we'll be moving on to the ripple effects of bullying. Bullying creates a ripple effect that impacts victims and the school environment as a whole. For victim, it leads to a severe psychological distress like anxiety, depression, or trauma. It causes an erosion of self-esteem as a victim internalizes mistreatment, which ultimately leads to an academic decline, poor attendance, and then isolation. For bullies, unchecked behavior reinforces aggression as an accepted way to gain dominance. It causes constant disciplinary trouble at school, significantly increases the risk of future antisocial or criminal behavior in adulthood. Finally, for the school, bullying creates a pervasive atmosphere of fear of bystanders and peers, destroying trust and making the learning environment feel unsafe for everyone. So that covers my part. Thank you.
Good day, sir. Now I will present the case studies on school bullying. The first case study in the UPNM bullying in 2024. In this incident, a first year cadet was allegedly bullied by several senior students in the university hostel. This victim suffered serious physical injuries after being assaulted with hot iron. The case became widely known after photos of the injuries were shared online. Following the incidents, the police arrested several students for investigation. The university also suspended the students involved and cooperated with the authorities. This case several shows that bullying can happen not only in primary and secondary schools but also at the universities level. It also highlights the importance of taking immediate action to protect students and prevent similar incidents from happening again. And then secondly, our second case study is about a cyberbullying incident involving a secondary school student in Malaysia. In this case, a video of a student was shared on social media without permission. Many people posted hurtful comments and insult online, causing the student to experience emotional stress, anxiety, and embarrassing. The incident spread quickly because of social media, making the situation even worse. And then the school worked together with the parents and the police with investigation the case. The victims received counseling and disciplinary action was taken against the student responsible. This case reminds us that cyberbullying can be just as harmful physical bullying because its effect can last for a long time. From these two case studies, we learned that bullying can happen in different forms, including physical bullying and cyberbullying. Both can seriously affect a person's physical health, mental well-being, and confidence. Therefore, students should never remain silent. They should report bullying to teacher or parents or other trusted adults as soon as possible.
There are 5 main strategies that can help preventing bullying. First is promoting moral education. Schools should teach important values such as respect, empathy, kindness, and responsibility. These values can be encouraged through school programs and daily activities so that students learn how to treat others positively and respectfully. Second, school should strengthen their anti-bullying policies. There should be a clear school rules and appropriate disciplinary action against bullying. At the same time, students should have access to a safe and confidential reporting system so they can report bullying without being afraid of retaliation. Third is providing counseling support. Victims should receive emotional support to help them cope with the effect of bullying. At the same time, perpetrators should receive behavioral guidance to understand the consequence of their actions and improve their behavior. Fourth, parent-school collaboration is important. Parents and schools should communicate regularly about students' behavior. This can help identify signs of bullying early and allow appropriate action to be taken before the situation becomes more serious. Finally, schools should promote responsible digital citizenship. Students need to understand how to use social media safely and responsibly. Digital awareness can help prevent cyberbullying and encourage students to think carefully before posting or sharing harmful content. Overall, preventing bullying requires the cooperation of students, teachers, parents, and school together with the strong moral values. Our first recommendation focuses on school. Schools should review and strengthen their anti-bullying policies and conduct regular awareness campaigns. This helps students understand that bullying is not acceptable and ensure that they know how and where to seek help. Second, counseling and service should be improved by expanding mental health support and providing early intervention for both victims and perpetrators. Early support can help prevent bullying from becoming more serious and can also help students manage their emotion and behavior. Third, teachers play an important role in identifying warning signs of bullying. Teachers should also promote a positive classroom culture where students feel respected, included, and comfortable communicating their concerns. Fourth, parents and the community should work together with schools. Parents can monitor changes in their children's behavior, while stronger cooperation with schools can help identify and address the bullying at an early stage. Finally, digital responsibility should be strengthened. Students should be educated about ethical social media use and can understand the importance of respecting others online. They should also be encouraged to report cyberbullying instead of ignoring it. To conclude, strengthening anti-bullying efforts require shared responsibility. With stronger school policies, counseling support, teacher involvement, parental cooperation, and responsible digital behavior, we can create a safer and more respectful environment for all the students. Thank you.
Okay, finally, I would like to conclude our presentation. School bullying is a serious issue that affects students, schools, and society. It can damage a student's mental health, physical health, and academic performance. Therefore, bullying should never be accepted as normal behavior. Preventing bullying is everyone's responsibility. Students should treat each other with respect, kindness, and also parents should communicate with their children. While teacher and school should enforce strong anti-bullying policies and provide support of victims. By working together and practicing moral values such as respect, empathy, responsibility, and comparisons, we can create a safe, positive, and inclusive learning environment for everyone. Thank you for your attention. That is all for us. Thank you.